Alright, we are set up for Treasure Adventure game. This is going to be a real treat, so stay tuned. We will have 100% plus? What is the plus? 100% plus no dip clip by dimusnail. I will hand it over to them to take it away.
Okay, hello. So, yeah, as Spef just said, I'm dimusnail, and I'll be running Treasure Adventure game. And I think I'll just start the game without much further ado. So the timing starts on 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so first of all, flashing lights warning for the next minute and a half. This game really has only 2 problematic parts, and the beginning cutscene is one of them. So yeah, so if you've never heard of this game, it's probably not very surprising because this is quite an unknown indie game, which came out in 2011. It was made by, basically all of it was made by one person, Steven Orlando, only the music was composed by Robert Ellis, and it came out for free. So that's pretty cool. That's probably also the reason why I got to play it in my childhood, because they couldn't really do couldn't really get play paid games that early. But yeah, so this game is pretty unknown, which is a little bit of a shame because I think it's a pretty good game, especially for a free game, and so I'm glad to drop it on stream. So at the beginning we have this little flashback where we see actually there's normally a longer cutscene at the beginning, but luckily you can skip it, where you kind of can see that you go adventuring with your dad and his colleague and find these 12 treasures, and now you're going into a temple, which might be a bit dangerous, but yeah, the flashback ends and now you're in the present time, and you're living with this little this old lady, and yeah, this is a nice panoramic shot of the beginning island. And yeah. So okay, about the plus. Okay, maybe I'll explain later. So this grandma says that it's been like 10 years after I've been found, and we get this boat. With this boat we can just sail on all waters. It automatically appears whenever we touch water. So that's pretty cool. And at the beginning we have this kind of set sequence of events we have to do. Even speedrunners haven't really been able to break it, but it's not that long, so it's not a big deal. So we get this map. So mashing dialogue in this game, there's a bit of a delay after every dialogue appears, when you can like press the text to advance it to the next one. So you actually don't have to like mash it as quickly as possible, you just need to press it in a certain rhythm. Well, you can mash it, but it's harder and maybe not as efficient. So now we go into this cave. You can see coins here. I will not really pick up coins from enemies, but I will go into these small secret areas where we have these chests, because we will need a lot of coins for 100%. Okay. Oh, okay, that was dumb. So there, I got lucky. The grandpa went left, and there you can do a... If that happens, you can do a skip where you talk to him, but then fall off, and I totally missed it, so whatever. So now we just need to talk to him, but if he fell off, then we wouldn't have to mash through this little dialogue. You could just... When you room transition, then like all the dialogue gets cleared, but it's still the game like counts as having talked to the grandpa. And you need to do that to be able to go into this museum. So the museum, here we talk to Vegas. You might remember him from the opening cutscene, although right now our character doesn't really remember that this is the partner of his dad. Okay, and now the museum seems pretty friendly, but it has this pretty dark underground section. This is actually the kind of it's kind of a progression gate of the whole game. So there are these pillars that open after every treasure. So in this game, as the title says pretty well, you have to collect 12 treasures. and here you can see the first treasure pillar which opens after collecting the first treasure. Okay, there I did a little skip where, glitch where I crouched before talking to the parrot, and that allows me to do basically the biggest skip in the game. That little going into that small hole basically saves like probably more than 10 minutes of gameplay. Because I get lockpicks early. Normally you get lockpicks only much later when you have got the first treasure. But now we do crouch glitch, where I have basically crouching hitbox by having walking physics. And then with the faster walking speed I can kind of press through that hole and get to the locks early. This saves a whole lot of early game backtracking, and it's very great for speedruns, I think. It really skips a lot of the boring and stressful parts at the beginning. Okay, also we got the hat and we got the parrot, and this parrot is gonna just follow us for the rest of the game. Now we have the lockpick kit, we can buy lockpicks. So lockpicks are these things with which you can open locked doors. So some doors get locked, like, I don't know, the village doors at night get locked, so you can open them. There are also just some things that are just locked and you need lockpicks to open them. But you can buy the lockpicks from these bots and for 20 coins each. And now we do need to do a little bit of backtracking, so we go back left. Normally you need to go more to the right to go to the Angeloke Island and then like get the compass, and then you can find the secret entrance there, but we got lockpicks early, so we don't have to do any of that. We will have to do it later though, because this is a 100% run and we need to get all the things, but right now we go here. So the main... and with lockpicks we can open that door, which is locked. So the main thing, in the beginning you're supposed to get these 3 essentials of adventuring, which is this hat, compass and the sail. And we will be skipping the compass for now and just getting the sail, because if you go far enough to the right or left, you can kind of freely explore these islands. But if you go far enough to the right or left, then there's this wavy water that you can't traverse with your current boat. So here's secret hook spot. We're getting some more coins here. So whenever there's a chest like in the way, we will getting some coins. We also will be getting these interdimensional fragments here, which I'll probably explain later. A bit careful. Don't take too much damage here, although it should be fine. And then, so we got to this area much earlier than expected, and we get this one map, and we enter basically the exit of the second island, Somora. So we basically skip this whole island too and just get to the ending part, right next to the like abandoned store where the sail is. So we just have a little block puzzle here. Normally this is like a huge island inhabited by worms and various caterpillars, I guess, and these spiders. And here's just a small block puzzle. We are doing a bit of a glitchy thing here, where like you can let the blocks fall on you and clip in a bit. And there I did the crouch jump, which isn't very relevant here, but it's quite important later on because it allows for some big skips. So basically, in this game, if you're crouching, you can't jump, and if you're jumping, you can't crouch. So crouching and jumping aren't really things you're meant to do together. If you crouch and jump at the same time, you do crouch jump, like you do jump with crouching hitbox, and it isn't really intended. Normally if you have a small gap like in the air, then you aren't supposed to get into it, but we are able to get into them sometimes, and that comes in very handy. And now we just start going right, and we will be going right basically for almost all around the world. So this game does have a kind of an open world, which is, I think, is pretty unique for a Metroidvania type of game. It's kind of like, I think, Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. I haven't played the game, but I've heard it's similar, and it was an inspiration for this game. Yeah, you have this sort of open world, and it wraps around, so if you go to the right enough, you do come back from the left. This game also has a day-night cycle, so you can see the sun is starting to set. the doors have now closed and everyone's going to sleep. That's pretty nice. Some things are affected, some aren't. Like the museum is open always, and most things aren't really affected by the day-night cycle, but like some living spaces like this are. Okay, we go past the museum and now we'll go further to the right. So one place where the day-night... Okay, one thing about day-night cycle, it doesn't advance when you're indoors, it only advances when you're outdoors. That's not maybe that important now, but it will be kind of important later. And one thing that, okay, will probably be... there will be coming up part where the day-night cycle is really important, but I'll explain probably then. So this is Angelock Island. We were supposed to visit this earlier, but we didn't, because, yeah. Because skipping, we will visiting this later, but you have all these animals living here. And yeah, some more walking to the right. So, okay, you saw I got the sail. First of all, it also makes my boat a bit faster. It also, it makes my boat faster. Now my boat is affected by wind, so the wind can randomly blow in different directions, and that can speed up my boat. And if I hop in the boat, every time I land, I push the boat forward a little bit, so I'll be jumping in the boat all the time when I traverse the seas. Okay, now I'm gonna do a pretty major glitch in the game, the parrot glitch. So I come here, there's quicksand. Okay, this is a bit awkward, but I talk to the parrot. So, okay, and here I do another skip where I kind of turn around quickly before the fire, so they throw me in the wrong direction. Okay, so the parrot can give you advice whenever, like, basically at any time you can press up plus action, and the parrot will say something that should help you maybe a little bit. And normally when you're talking to the parrot, you can't really move around. So the dialogue, normally when you're in dialogue state, you can't move around, so you're not supposed to move, you know, in that state. But if you're moving and then talk to the parrot, for a little while you're still like sliding. This game has some momentum, so for a little while you're still sliding forward. So you can, for example, while in the dialogue state, you can slide into quicksand, and that allows you to fall through it. Normally you still can like fall through quicksand, but it's just much slower. So in this place, the dialogue... oh wait. Okay, this is a problem. So I was supposed to get 3 lockpicks from there, but they landed really close together, and in that case you actually can't collect both of them. I hope this is gonna be fine anyway, but yeah, I'll just have to buy one more lockpick. Yeah, this hasn't ever happened in practice, so... but I know that can happen. Okay, here I activate dialogue glitch again. No, not dialogue glitch. Crouch glitch, so I have the crouching hitbox. That allows me to jump just a little bit further here and grab onto this ledge, if I manage to make this pretty precise jump. Okay, it's fine. And here is a place where the day-night cycle is important, so this door only opens at specific times of day, and luckily it opens at a very convenient time here. So I get the next item, shovel. With that you can dig the sand and also ground. In ground you can sometimes find some money and chests. Basically whenever you see this bit darker patch on the ground, you can dig it up. I'll be only digging up chests, not like... there are also smaller amounts. Okay, here we're doing a bit of a difficult skip. Okay, do a crouch jump, damage boost up there. Normally you need to push a big block there, which takes a lot of time, but you can crouch jump there, damage boost. Now crouch jumping isn't too hard, you have to press like 2 buttons at once. But you really have one try to do it there. Okay, no time to explain, this is already the first boss fight. So we enter it from the other side because the game is glitched. As we got some items in the wrong order, the game's kind of glitched and it has already opened the exit for this boss. And here, normally after every hit, the boss is supposed to throw you down and it kind of goes through 3 different phases, and after the 3rd one it allows you to go up and deal 1 damage. You can do a pretty precise damage boost off of the hands, and then you can just do a damage again. And I did basically perfectly here. Need to be pretty careful here. Okay. So here I do a little crouch glitch just to make these hook jumps a bit easier. Here I do a little crouch glitch which you probably didn't see to go through this gap a bit faster. Now we just continue going right for a while. So here are some sharks. They don't really bother you at first, but we will be coming back to them. Okay, whenever you're next to the island, the boat is faster than your walking speed, so it's good to make a long jump as far as possible to keep your boat speed a little bit longer. And here's the first dig up treasure, so we can dig it up and collect it. Whenever we encounter one of those, it's cool. Okay, earlier on I didn't really explain, but we got the throwing hook, with which you can throw your hook further than just a normal attack. And this is the skill check for that. You can't pass. To hit that lever you need to use a throwing hook, so yeah. Casually you can't go further than that without your throwing hook. Okay. So yeah, this game has a lot of just chill sailing, a lot of boat hops for speedrunning. Yeah, the pyramid is pretty cool, but there's like 5 different ways to skip it. Okay, maybe not 5, but even if you have to go into the pyramid, you can just clip through it at one point. But with with getting lockpicks early, you don't even have to do that. You can just go from the other side. Okay, here are some jungle islands, and first one's kind of not relevant right now. Second one's here. We are gonna have to do some jumps and also collect some items. So here we can hang on to these, I don't know what to call them, hooks. It's maybe kind of feels wrong because the thing you have is a hook. I'm not sure if you mentioned, but if you notice that one of your hands is a hook and you can use it to grab ledges and these hooks. Again, here's a little secret. We can get the secret area and dig down to get one of the items. The cannon, and you can just shoot cannonballs with it. I don't know, not really relevant right now. Okay. Okay, that was problematic. I did do okay, whatever. And here I'm gonna buy some lockpicks, so I do need to buy one more lockpick than I normally would need, because you know, I missed that one lockpick in the cave, but I think it should be fine generally. There are kind of some extra chests. Okay, I'm also gonna open this secret area now to speed it up later on. Carefully, kinda don't want to take damage from these frogs, because if I get lucky here, hanging vines, and that, well, those are vines, but they're also like metallic things. Like, okay, wait. Okay, did manage to get up here. I'll skill these for safety. That was pretty cool. So the bees kind of go there randomly, and this time they did appear there. So I can get this treasure early. Not this treasure, but this map early. So the maps in this game, they tell you where different treasures are, so they are useful for a casual playthrough. In speedrunning, obviously, we already know where everything is, so in any person they're irrelevant, but in 100% you do need to collect them. And yeah, this is really cool. I got this early because that means that I won't have to bother with it later. Yeah, here I need to be careful because I don't want to die. But yeah, those bees kind of appear randomly. Here they appear twice, sometimes they don't appear like at all. You can just do it casually too, it's not a big deal. Yeah, I got another interdimensional fragment here, so interdimensional fragments are just like the small collectibles of this game. There are 41 of them scattered all around the world. You actually only need 30 to get 100%, because finding all of them would be really tedious. If you're playing casually, you don't know where they are, and you're missing one and you have the whole world to where it could be. That wouldn't be really cool, so you only need 30, but we'll actually be getting like 40, but not really in this run. You'll see later. And yeah, then the dimensional fragments you can get some items, which obviously are needed for 100%. But here's the city. We will be doing something here, but we'll be doing kind of a weird way to get up. So we just go into this random apartment, go up, and then when we go out and in of this door, the upper door actually warps you to the wrong location. So it was kind of assigned the wrong ID, and now you're on top of the city. We can continue here. Then we jump on those clouds, and we have one of the items that is needed in this game to complete it, even in any percent. In this, so we have Global Corp, which is this big organization that's also apparently evil, as they tend to be. And we go into its vents here, kind of like the Among Us imposter. And yeah, and we just sneak into here and go up. You have these tight things you can crawl up slowly. We want to jump into them as much as possible because that's just faster. Jump. Yeah. This is a pretty cool song. And we just damage boost a bit through here, not a big deal. And we get the key card here. So the key card... So if I go up here, you can see there is a door that's like closed. And normally you can't enter it, but you can open it with the key card that I have now. Normally, now you can go to the door on the bottom of here, and that gives you a little like side quest where you rescue a mouse and you ultimately get up to here. You can also just do a little crouch jump there, and mysteriously there's a small gap, so we can just skip that whole sequence. And then I think the fastest way to get out is, again, go into these vents, go out of here, then we do a little crouch jump, clip up there, and continue our journey to the right. We also get a little interdimensional fragment here. Yeah. Here, I want to do a precise jump. Yeah, I made it. Cool. Now I just continue going left. You can see now, not only am I jumping, I'm also spamming my cannon, because your cannon also pushes you forward for like 2 pixels every time you shoot with it. It's pretty minor, but still can do it. Okay, we have another chest here, which is a bit risky because this monster is just gonna jump on us, but it's usually fine, as it was this time. We have this little sweet mushroom island. It's really small, but it has its own soundtrack. That's pretty cool. But we do have this little platforming section here, which is a bit difficult, so try not to fail here. Jump, jump, jump. Oh, that seemed pretty close. We have again these clouds. I'm just gonna damage boost once. Take it safe. And now this just leads to another map, which again... Oh. Okay, I didn't really want to fall down there because on the left you can see there's a chest. And usually like missing a chest wouldn't be a big deal, but considering that I'm already down on 1 chest, now I'm down on 2 chests because I needed to buy the extra lock. It's kinda not great, I think. I hope everything's gonna be fine though. Okay, here we have the secret tree. And here we get basically, I think, the most interesting item in the game, the magic bottle. So in the magic bottle you can take basically some special things like the fire there, and then you can spit it out again. And there are a lot of different things you can take in it, and you can do a lot of different things with things you can spit out, and it's really useful in a lot of places. So this is a really interesting and versatile item. Now we're going back. We're not really supposed to do, because here we can crouch jump to enter this one-way. So, okay, so we can crouch jump to enter this one-way gap and enter this area, which is actually supposed to be one of the last areas in the game. You can do this whole area with only the bottle, basically. So we're free to just do it right now, and we get some cool stuff here. So pretty good. Okay. Here will be damage boosting down to 1 health, so I hope nothing weird happens. Yeah, this is kind of a weird, funky place. You see these weird mushrooms jumping around. Oh. Okay, I do have 1 less health than I would like, so... but it should be fine. Okay, yeah, it's fine. So we get this bubble. The bubble is one thing you can get into your bottle. And we have this weird kind of unintended mechanic with the bubble. Okay, I missed. Okay, this is actually... Oh, it's... Okay, this is actually pretty bad, because now I need to get another... Okay, we're just gonna reset from the last checkpoint. It's fine, it happens. Yeah, okay, I can explain a bit more. So usually you go into the bubble and then you're just going up all the time. So, you know, bubbles are pretty useful because you can go up, but usually there's a ledge that doesn't allow you to go like any further. But if you have your bottle out, and okay, whenever you jump out of the bubble, it's supposed to break, pop. If you have your bottle out, you can actually collect it again as soon as it breaks, as long as the bubble is big enough. At one point the bubble wasn't big enough, so I failed it. And then you can just have the bubble again, and you can keep like jumping and using the bubble to bring it to a lot of places where it wasn't intended. Okay, this is a bit random. I got a bit unlucky with the bubble RNG there. You do have to wait for a little bit that the bubble becomes big enough, and I did one jump there when the bubble wasn't big enough, so that's the reason why I lost it. Had to retry this. Okay, here I do the parrot glitch. Here it's pretty significant. So I talk to the parrot while I slide over the cutscene trigger. Normally you're not supposed to be walking on this cutscene at all. But now, at first I walk in the cutscene, then when I talk there's again a place where it makes you stop. But I'm in the bubble, and the bubble is kind of glitched. It allows me to go through that mushroom and also continue moving in the cutscene. And now we can use the bubble just skip the whole area. So we get up here, only you're supposed to go like a big way around, but you can just use your bubble to get up there and get the fire down here. Here we get some mushroom smoke, which we can give to this lovely mushroom, which will spit it on us and make us go into a weird psychotic dream. Okay, let's see, we have a bit of a raid here, cool. But yeah, so yeah, we get a weird dream here, which is actually supposed to kind of show us some of the memories that we've forgotten since our childhood. So yeah, this is definitely the weirdest part of the game. But you just kind of need to go right here. It's a little weird platforming section. Okay. I shouldn't have missed that jump twice. And okay, here epilepsy warning again. This is the second flashy part, so look around, look away for like 30 seconds if that's a problem. And here, you know, I'm jumping quickly, but normally when you're standing on the blocks, you can like see different weird pictures that are again like forgotten memories, buried memories from what happened in the temple in the beginning cutscene. Now we just pass this, and flashing lights warning, and there should be no more like major flashing lights in this run. Now we go into this temple-like thing, jump up, and now we meet Goglin and Bagus again, and just the memory ends. Yeah, I guess they did put the flashing lights warning in the readme though, so at least they did that, but yeah, it's a bit of a shame because... Okay, here we need to bounce up, like this is our heart or something. We need to bounce up here, and yeah, this whole sequence just gives you a heart. And some backstory, but we need to do this in 100% too. Okay, do a little cutscene skip with the pause menu there. Now here, okay, this actually might be good. I didn't touch... Okay, it isn't good. Okay, this is what happens normally when you touch the mushrooms. They kind of make you dizzy for a while, but it also makes some platforms appear, so they're actually useful. They're actually intended to be needed to progress in the game. but we don't really use it because we use other glitches like rebubbling. Okay, now we do a little crouch glitch here to get into here from the wrong side. Here we get the boots. The boots are just an item that lets you jump higher, and obviously it's needed to complete the game, but it's also just pretty useful in general to just jump a little bit higher in a lot of places. It also allows us to do some small skips in a few places. Nothing too major. Yeah, now we go back to here, and you're intended to use the mushroom. You're intended to use the fire to get the mushroom smoke. To then you can get a lot of. Okay, well, get bubbles there. To get a longer, and milder effect where you're dizzy, but you can also jump on blocks. We're just gonna use rebubbling, which is what it's called, to go all the way up here, keeping this whole thing completely. Not even sure if this classifies as it probably is a switch. Okay, and here's the boss fight. We're gonna skip it completely, as it's often the case in this game. So at first I did the parrot glitch, then I do the pause glitch where I pause while in the cutscene, and okay, now I'll maybe be a bit silent because I need to hear a sound cue here. Okay, I hear the cling there. That means I'm past the leftmost ledge, I'm past the barrier. It's hard to explain it. Basically doing all the sequence items lets us skip the boss. And the funny thing is, one of the mushrooms says "Run kid, you're no match for the boss." And then you're supposed to battle the boss and prove that you can actually kill it. But in the speedrun we're like, no, we agree. I'm no match for the boss, I'm just going on. I got the treasure there, some chest here, and yeah, I'm just running away. The music is a bit awful, but it's gonna soon fix itself with this. Okay, okay, it's fine. Okay, this one thing, very cool thing you can do with the bottle, that at the ends of the island you have these little vortexes, and if you collect them in the bottle and spit out, you go into this warp dimension, which just allows you to travel faster. Very useful in speedrunning and casual play as well. Not the chicken can tell how well telegraphed the vortexes are. They're not. Yeah. Okay, there I did a little damage boost strat. I sometimes mess it up very badly, but it went pretty fine this time. Yeah, now we're on the cursed island. We'll be getting one chest there, and then we'll be entering a puzzle, which this not very big room, which is actually supposed to be a pretty long, winding puzzle, which we again are gonna skip basically completely. First I need to do a bit of a tricky ledge grab crouch jump there. Then I go up here, I damage boost off of this, I press the yellow button. Normally you're supposed to press it with the rock to keep the door open. So I can just press it once and the game thinks I've completed the puzzle and grows the mushroom that lets me skip the puzzle, basically. Now with high jump boots I can enter this maze from the other side, again skipping most of it. I'm just getting to the end, which gives me a map that actually points to the magic bottle. So the magic bottle was in a bit of a hidden place and you're not really supposed to find it by yourself, so this map points to it. Here again, we're gonna... First, I tried to do a crouch jump into there to get the crouch glitch, but it didn't work. That's no problem, we just go a bit slower here. But then here, instead of going down, I'm gonna go here and try to quickly get this clip. Yes, got it. So yeah, you can do a crouch jump up into that hole. Again, that's one way to activate crouch glitch, and then you can fall down quickly, which should be faster than just crawling down normally. Okay, wind is another thing you can get into your bottle, and with that you can do wind boosts, which are pretty cool in speedrun. So you don't get to do that very often. Here's a floating graveyard, and you're supposed... This is the main part of the cursed island here, and you're supposed to do this big quest here, while you walk all around and collect all these entrapped souls from the skeletons. Or you can just crouch next to the last barrier and clip through it, skipping this whole part completely. This is probably one of the simplest skips in the game, and many casual players found it quite quickly. And we're already right next to the next boss. I'm gonna do a bit of a safe strat here, so I'm gonna go here. Then I do a big jump onto here where we have this little kind of hidden ledge. And here I'm kind of safe from all the boss attacks, so I can just chill here. The boss has these phases where it attacks, and then it has one phase where it's vulnerable, which is this phase. And when it's vulnerable, I need to throw one of these souls into its mouth. It is actually not completely trivial, because you can see the boss's head kind of bobs left and right, up and down, and I think you can only kind of reach its head from this position when it's kind of low. So I'm waiting for a somewhat specific time to throw the soul into it. If you just throw it randomly, it's a great chance you'll miss, and then it can be a bit problematic. You can lose a cycle, but yeah, you can just basically cheese this boss, which is cool. Okay, and that's it. Most bosses in this game take 3 hits to kill, very symbolic. And yeah, now we've freed all the souls. And we got a treasure. So in any percent, you can actually skip this boss by doing a very precise wind boost off of... Like you saw wind on the entrance? Okay, you'll see soon. So here's the treasure. And it's actually in this little house on the side of the island. You can actually take wind from here, do a very, very precise wind boost up there, and skip the boss completely. Which is a really hard strat, probably like the hardest strat in this game. But in 100% we need to get, for example, this mouse hat. And to get this mouse hat we need to have rescued the ghosts, which you do by killing the boss actually, not by just getting the treasure. So we need to actually kill the boss. Which might be pretty fortunate, because the wind boost stat is really difficult. Okay, there you're supposed to again battle a boss to lower the drawbridge, but we just do a wind boost over it, so it's fine. Now we have another small side quest. So here one of the ghosts we rescued is angry that King Boone is angry that ghosts have haunted his castle, and we're supposed to go to the left. He should open the door for us and get the fire from the bottom, and then light up all the things that are in the castle. We're not exactly gonna do that. Instead, we're just gonna leave. Goodbye. Go to the right for a little bit. Let's see. Okay, I think a frame perfect jump off of the dice, and that let me continue being in the boat. And there I did a damage boost that again let me continue being in the boat for a bit longer. Okay, here I get the fire, spit it out, load the game back from the last save point, and I'm still spitting fire somehow. That allows me just to light that fireplace and get the fire here. That's one of the glitches in the game. If you're throwing something out of the bottle, but then pause the game while you're doing that, then when you reload, you'll still be spitting it out, and it can be used in very specific scenarios to do some stuff. Okay, now we pause before talking to the king to talk to him while we also can move. It's a bit tricky to jump and mash text at the same time, so I did it kind of badly, but whatever. Now let's jump up here, throw the rock a couple of times. Okay. Probably not doing it the fastest possible way, but this is still very good. Yeah, we need to get the rock down here to open this door. Not much to skip here. And we get another map. Specifically, we get the dive helmet map, and coincidentally the dive helmet is also one of the next items we're gonna get. If you're wondering how the maps are supposed to be used, they work with the compass, so okay, try to do a little bit of skip there, this is pretty dumb. But they work with the compass, so when you have equipped the map, then the compass points towards it. But obviously I don't yet have the compass because I skipped it, so you know. Maybe a bit hard to understand what it does right now. Yeah, now we did everything here. We're gonna go through the next thing, which is this little tower. Again, for extra item. So this is the place where I think you're supposed to be introduced to the bubbles. So take them in. Do some bubble. 3 bubbles. Okay, a bit weird jump there, but... And we get the heart. So hearts just, I probably haven't mentioned yet, they just increase your max health. and fill up your health as well. So again, not needed in 90%, but is needed in 100%. Okay, I did the supposedly frame perfect jump again, so that's nice. I'm not gonna do anything here because I kind of want to conserve my health just in case this time. So now we go here for real. And this is... Here's the fire, which we already used earlier, but you're supposed to use to burn that little ice there. Now we get a dive helmet. Okay, first of all, the fire is not telegraphed very well casually, so again, it's kind of a pain. Find it, but okay, we get the dive helmet, and with this we can go underwater and do some stuff. So here I just need to get this map and also push up this block to be able to get out of this place. This is like a little tutorial. Yeah, we're really only going to go underwater for treasures, because there are 5 of the 12 treasures that I need to collect are underwater. There are also some like treasure chests there and interdimensional fragments, but we won't be getting them in the run. Okay, here another warp, and we go to some more. So you might remember this island, we already visited it, but now we're gonna go here again, because there's some more stuff to do. That's a bit of a thing in this game, that there are like, first you come here and you get everything you need, but then later on you actually have some more things to do here, when you have more equipment. Okay, here I got the wind. Do a little wind boost that also rotates the bridge there, which is needed for progression. Now we go to the right. Some more stuff to do, okay. And I do a little thing here. So, okay, we get the treasure chest, and here, that's a bit of a precise wind boost there, because if you fall too low, you enter this room and then you can't get back up immediately. But now you can burn this and get one extra item, another hat. So this game has 6 hats, and they're mostly cosmetic items. But most of the hats have like some purpose as well, some function that they do. The only hats that don't have any function is the paper hat, which we got at the beginning, although it is needed for progression. And then this hat is the second one, so this is like the only hat that truly has no other purpose than cosmetic. At least so we think. You cannot be completely sure. Okay, here we get the water from here. And we can go up and extinguish this fire. And here we just do another little puzzle, if that's how it could be called, with these blocks. We do some wind boost there. I did kind of faster wind boost than intended. If you wind boost horizontally and vertically, then you get both the horizontal and vertical displacement at once, and that allows me to go faster. I'll be doing that quite a bit more later on. It's also here. But these are some pretty important wind boosts you don't really want to fall down. We get another interdimensional fragment. Now we'll be doing a bit of a weird thing. So here, I'm like, okay, I'm just progressing like normally. Yeah, you can take the wind here, which are not intended to do, with high jump boots, and then you can go here quicker than intended. Here I'm gonna try to do a... Okay, I got it first try, which is really cool, because usually I get it in like 5 tries, but yeah, you can get the crouch glitch there. Now here's a little podium. The sign next to it says that like it's important to rest your body and soul sometimes, so yeah, this is just a podium where we can rest a bit, and you know, even though we are speedrunners, it is important to take a little bit of a break sometimes. Okay, it's actually not for nothing. You saw maybe an interdimensional fragment appeared there for a little bit. And yeah, the game gives you a reward for standing there for a little while. But we are gonna completely abuse the reward, because now this fragment that we uncollected by reloading the save file, now we can collect it infinitely many times. Because basically whenever you collect a fragment, the way it gets saved in the save file is that it records its room ID and its coordinates. But as it's, because of a glitch, it's moving to the right, and that glitch gets activated if you don't collect the top fragment to let it come out. And that makes it not really save the right coordinates, so it just appears again. And you can collect it infinitely many times. collecting it, one fragment here takes 7 seconds, so whenever there's a fragment that takes more than 7 seconds, we just don't collect it. And as it appears, almost all fragments take more than 7 seconds to collect, so we're gonna get 33 fragments here. So this is a really long, boring grind, so Spef, I guess if you want to, you can say something about donations or stuff.
This is wild. I have to say, like, this is such a cool exploit that y'all found into this game. This is so cool. So we had a donation come in from Reed Whaley for $5 that went towards the incentive for the Metroid Prime 100% randomizer upgrade. That said, not tuning into this run would be a Metroid crime. I'm so sorry. Good luck on the run, Reggie. And yeah, as a reminder, we have a ton of incentives open, ! Incentive, and Reed was talking about the Metroid Prime run that Uncle Reggie will be doing later today. We have an open incentive to upgrade that run to a 100% randomizer, so you definitely want to see that. And also, speaking of Metroid, later today, we also have an incentive open to upgrade Metroid Dread to have a bonus boss rush at the end. So for Metroid Dread, we are at $20 of 75, and for Metroid Prime, we are at $50 out of 100. So we're super close on both of those. Thank you so much to everyone who's donated, and remember to get those donations in for those incentives. One more thing that Reed had donated to was the Pokemon Choice Bid War for Pokemon Puzzle Challenge, which is also coming up next. So you can donate and help decide which Pokemon will be chosen for that run. Right now, Cyndaquil is in the lead at $29, followed very closely by Totodile at $25. Meryl and Pikachu are also options that are a little further behind, but you can donate to get those to catch up. So if you want to influence which Pokemon will be played during Pokemon Puzzle Challenge, get those donations in, ! Donate in chat will bring you to our Tiltify page.
Okay, thank you. So, okay, why am I failing this jump now? Wait, I do have the high jumpers, okay. So normally I would be counting every fragment, but at one point I realized that instead of doing that, because it's very exhausting to count 33 fragments, I can just roughly look at the time. So I have my own personal timer running, and I can roughly look at the time and estimate how long it would take to get all the fragments. So at about 47:15 I will be looking at my inventory to check how many fragments I have, and then I will be collecting the rest of them. Yes. So yeah, okay. So as I said, you only need 30 fragments for the 100%. So you could be wondering why we are collecting 40 fragments. That's because you get 1,000 coins for collecting 40 fragments. So it's not needed for percentage. It's very useful in this round because obviously we will need to buy a lot of things. Okay, we have 38 fragments, now we should have 39, so we are good to go. We're just going to collect one later on. Now we just continue on the normal path of this island. We go up here, get a little bit of rock over. That monster deals 3 damage, not very nice. Then press down this switch, which leads us up. So here we're gonna meet an interesting being, which is this huge giant here. This giant is actually one of the 3 gods that created this universe. So basically a legend says that there are 3 gods that created this universe. One of them created humans who used like science to figure all sorts of stuff out. Then another created animals who had magic powers, and then this 3rd god, Otus, which we just met, gave them all consciousness. Or something like that. And yeah, he just kind of chilling there, and he actually was causing all the earthquakes that we were experiencing in that island, and he says that, you know, you need to be careful with the powers you're toying with, because yeah, the treasures are pretty powerful, I guess. But yeah, we got another treasure there. Okay, here's another little quest thingy, where we just go into this small island. Hopefully, okay, not gonna do the risky strat then. Trying to do this relatively fast. I have messed this up a lot, so okay, it was good. We jump, activate this lever, go down, fall on these blobs, I guess, and we just get another map. So, another little map thing. So, the thing I did there, which I've done for a lot, is like a pause collect. So, I open a chest, then for a little while the items that are coming out aren't tangible. Then I jump into the place where they would be, pause the game, and then I collect them while they're paused. Then when I unpause, then I can move around while having the text still up, so it's another way to move with the text up. And there it's useful because then you don't take damage from the enemies. Okay, here's our first underwater treasure. So there are just treasures underwater in some places. It's gonna get pretty dark, and I'm not sure how the stream quality is. It's possible that you don't see like anything at all, but I can actually see pretty well where everything is. It's not completely dark. And I'm kind of standing up a bit because then my screen colors are a bit more exaggerated. Yeah, there are just treasures underwater. This one's pretty easy. There are 5 of them, and they aren't marked in any way. Like, if you have a coin chest underwater, then there are some bubbles that show to it. But underwater treasures aren't marked in this way, and the only way to find it, except for brute force, would be to get the map for them. So, for these underwater treasures, getting the map is really important. Yeah, this is a pretty easy treasure, just go down. There is an anglerfish there, but it only follows us when we have the flashlight. But we don't have the flashlight yet, because it would be slow to get it now, so... yeah. Okay, now we'll continue to Angelok. So this is the island we skipped earlier, now we're doing everything in here. First we will be jumping up these little trees. Get this last interdimensional fragment. Make this big jump there. Luckily I made it, it's pretty precise. Now we do a damage boost, another damage boost here. Skip a little bit of walking. Now we do a very weird glitch, so we jump on top of this tree. Jump and enter the... okay. Enter the upper screen, so I do need to do a little bit of math here. Okay, 3 and 6. So it's really hard to explain what happened there, but basically you can get on top of the tree, but if you normally jump up there, it doesn't really do anything because you jump right inside the wall and you just get pushed down, because walls usually push you down. I did a glitch called pause glitch there, which makes the game where if you pause the game right when you're on the screen transition, you get in this weird state where you're like paused and unpaused at the same time. And then one of the effects of this thing is that the screen is on the top left corner of the screen. And if walls are off screen, they actually sometimes push you up rather than down. So now I just did all that for the walls to slowly push me up. I took note of the timer to know when to move left, and I'm on top of this tree. Now here's a boss, which you're again gonna skip basically completely. We go here. We do a jump from the smiling mushroom. We did a crouch glitch before that to have crouching hitbox, and then when we jumped inside the block, I took out the bottle which resets your hitbox, so clipped inside the block, and then it pushes you slowly up because that's a special type of block that doesn't push you down. Then I just could get to the top area of this place where you're supposed to get when you've defeated the boss, and you can just do the boss defeating sequence right away. It's really cool, the jumping on mushroom, it's pretty cool skip. Okay, here I'm bringing this apple to this spider. So the spider wants to eat this little firefly, but we give it this apple and it's pretty satisfied with it, so it frees it. And the firefly helps us in the room that's on top of us. So normally it's really dark. Right now you can see it a little bit, it doesn't seem that dark. But when you enter it normally without the firefly, it has a special dark filter on it, so you can see completely nothing. So casually you're definitely supposed to do the little sequence there to get the firefly to help you. But in speedrun you can actually do this room blind, and that's actually what I normally would do, but for safety and showcase reasons I'm not gonna do it. Okay, now I'm gonna wait. Okay. Okay, I hope I timed it right. I didn't really want... Okay, I didn't time it right, so I'm just gonna shop it up for a bit. It's fine, I'm just setting a thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21. Okay, now it should be good. I kind of missed the count because I was talking. So yeah, it's a very specific setup. Basically, you can see the mushroom on the left. It has spores falling out of it. Normally, you're supposed to take water to grow a plant there, but you can also make the spores fall, then go away from the block so they kind of don't have collision anymore. And that lets the spores fall through it, and after a specific time, which it's like 21 song beat counts, I go there and you can get the spores there. There I did a little clip to get to this area earlier. Basically, the spores, I give them to the owl, and that allows me to that gives this cure that I can give to some sick animals in the street. So that's one of the quests we can do in this tree. This is actually one of the things. Okay, right now I'm just getting some more. This is the compass. I'm gonna buy it right here. And yeah, there are some items that you were really supposed to get at the beginning of the game, and also one hat that you can buy. Yeah, one of the things you can do in this tree is cure the animals. And this is actually one of the things that give you the plus. So curing the animals doesn't advance your percentage in any way, but it is one of the requirements to get the plus, which is needed for 100% on plus. Okay, here I do the pause glitch again to get up here quicker. And here we got the compass, which shows our coordinates, and which is very useful because now we can do this blind section better. Okay, I didn't fail those 2 jumps, which is very fortunate, because if I did fail them, then I would have to reset this whole section again. Okay, here I hope I'm fine. Yes, I'm fine now. The only way to exit this pause glitch is to save at the checkpoint and then reload. That's the only way we found. Basically, what I did there, I fell off, and then I had to like kind of carefully jump between these little jumps here. If I fell down, then I'd actually... The water doesn't work when you have pause glitch active, so you just fall through the water, fall down forever, and you'd have to reset. So those are pretty high stakes jumps, but they aren't that hard if you don't mess them up. Okay, here's the last thing we do in this island. It's like a little puzzle. We need to light all these torches. I fell down. Not very cool. I use high jumps to get up here when I'm not really supposed to. Okay, here, okay, I did get on top of that. That's cool. Okay. Did take quite a bit of damage, but it's fine. Not that big fan of this room, to be honest, but it's fine. Okay. Another chest. Oh, the coins fell very luckily there. Usually they like fall off the sides. There, no coin did. And here we just get another map. And that's it from Angel Oak. So we just go left here to get the warp. Okay, now we got the compass, and now we need to do a bit of an important thing here. So, usually you're supposed to get the compass at the beginning of the game, and when you have all the 3 essentials of adventuring, which is the paper hat, the compass, and the sail, then Bagus comes out and gives us this little talk here. And basically, after this talk, he will give me a map. So usually in any percent you don't need this map, you want to skip it completely. You're happy to skip this completely because that's a really long dialogue and you just don't want to be doing that. But in 100% we obviously do need to get the hat because it's 100%. No, not the hat, the treasure map. Because it's 100% and, you know, we need to get everything. And that's actually the main reason why I bought the compass, because to activate the sequence where Bagus comes out, I think you'll need to buy the compass, like, definitely. So, usually you could later get an upgrade to the compass, and that also gives you the compass as well. But then Bagus doesn't come out, so that sucks. Okay, here we go down again. We want to dodge these fish. It's kind of random. You just want to go far from them, or or like manipulate them to go right past you. It's not that important if I take some damage here. But you do want to avoid damage generally, because we will be doing some damage boosting right after this. So here we got another map. Usually a lighthouse points to this location and lights it up, and this is actually the flashlight map, so it's very fitting. And we have another underwater treasure here, so we'll now be doing that. It's pretty far out, but you know, how to get all the treasures. Okay, I got 2, I think, frame perfect jumps there, but still not enough to get over there. So usually you're supposed to dig ice on the left, but you can actually go into your boat and then keep your boat for a little longer and jump over the place where they go. So I didn't explain this, I guess, but the underwater screens are like locked in the X position. So whenever you go down in the water on the top world, you can't like the left and right edges have this invisible barrier in them which you can't cross. So you can't really go exploring the ocean floor when you're underwater. So you do need to reach a specific exposition to go down there. And there, to reach the exposition, you need to basically go a little bit further than the ice monster, and you can just like kind of jump there. Okay, here I got another interesting thing. You can see the treasure icon still kind of appearing down there glitchily. What happened there is I probably pressed the text advance button right as I collected the treasure, and that just like skips the text completely. And yeah, it's pretty cool to get it because it's faster. But it's like I never go for it because it's like frame perfect and it isn't really important. But yeah, now I'm going back, doing little hops, hop, hop, hop. Yeah, I also got some coins there because the treasure just pretty close. I definitely need coins in. Sometimes I skip it because usually you have more than enough coins, but this round I pretty definitely don't have more than enough coins, so. Okay, now the next thing. Okay, here I'm gonna do a little bit of a thing where I'm just gonna go into this island to quickly go into the warp dimension again, because walking over the island in warp dimension is actually slower, like by half a second than doing this. So I just go into the island, it teleports me at the left edge of the island, and then I go get the warp. And here we get all the rewards, so we have 14 interdimensional fragments, and we get all the rewards. We get 1000 coins, we get the torpedo cannon, we get the upgraded compass. Now the compass can also show us the time, which is pretty useful, and we're good to go. And we have another underwater treasure here, so I'm going here. Okay, okay, here I have a bit of a choice to make. Because after, okay, here we have some bubbles that I have to dodge, but after this treasure I want to enter a specific place at like 8 to 15 o'clock. So I need to kind of route my time a little bit. It might be a bit... might think here, okay, just do this first. So again, I'm not sure how well you can see, but you have these bubbles, you need to dodge them. They can be actually pretty hard, but they can be especially hard on any percent categories because you don't have a lot of health in them and you don't really want to take damage here, but in 100% you have a lot of health, so they're not... Okay, went into the bubble, that's not very cool, but it's not that big of a deal. It's also very annoying when you see badly, okay, for some reason, and then you really want to see those bubbles clearly. Let's just say that. Okay, I think I'm gonna go left here, although it might like not initially be the best choice. But it's like 8 o'clock. And I want to spend time in the warp dimension probably as little as possible. So normally if I didn't get the ocean map that we fortunately got earlier with the B damage boost, then I would be doing that now. But we got it, which is cool. So I'm just gonna buy the house for 1000 coins. Then go into the warp dimension and quickly... Oh, okay, this might not work. Wait. But it should work, I hope. I hope it works. This might be a bit close, because I want to be like before 14 o'clock at the entrance, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it. Let's see. Oh. Okay, I'm probably gonna make it. Quickly, okay, yes. Probably gonna reload it right here. Because that rewinds the time back. Not sure if I had to do that. Yeah, I hope we reach the time, so we now go here. And we just do another island here, so there you need to use cannon to put these switches, so it's like a cannon skill check. You can't enter this area without a cannon. We also you also need high jump boots there to get over that ledge. So these are basically the last areas in the game you're supposed to get to. Like the last non-underwater treasures. When you're going downstream, it's actually not faster to jump, so I'm not gonna jump here. And I could shoot with the cannon, but that's such minor time save that I'd rather set up the cannon for the lever switches. So this leads to the Crystal Caves. It's a pretty interesting area, which has a lot of cool skips in speedrunning too. So you have this big puzzle here. We're just gonna skip completely by clipping through this gate here. Then we fall down into the next screen, which has one of the coolest skips in the game, in my opinion. It was really cool finding this one. So here we have the bird platform. Normally you would have done this a lot of times already, but as we're speedrunners, we skipped all the times we had to use the bird platform before this, but we have to do this one. This is also the only bird platform where you can go, well, if you go off the platform, you regain control of your normal character, which isn't supposed to happen. We can do a very weird thing here. I'm maybe again gonna shut up for a moment because this needs some focus. So I drop this rock here. Okay, that was good. So basically, what you're supposed to do is fly with the bird to the left, then activate the switch, fly to the right, and have this whole big journey. But there, I had the glitch where I can control my character at the same time. Then I hit spikes that are off screen. They're not very hard to hit, because they're like the only spikes that are there, and they're hard to miss. And then I try to do this jump. This is pretty hard. You need to do a very specific jump from the boat bounce to go high enough to grab that ledge. And I'm failing it pretty spectacularly. Almost. Okay, this is like... Usually I either get this first try or 10th try. This time it was like 5th try. Okay, what happened in the bird room? I made the bird touch the spikes and then it flies back to you and it can fly through walls. And then as I could control my character, which you aren't supposed to do, I could activate the bird pedestal again. And that allows me to, and then like, I activate the bird again and while flying through walls it had fled right next to the last. Okay, I did a bit of a weird, wrong thing here because I was talking, but whatever. You'll fly to the last switch you need to press. And yeah, that skips a lot of just boring flying back and forth, and it is a really cool skip. All the spikes just happen to align in the exact right way to make it work, so it's kind of a little miracle. Here, okay, there was a bit of a new thread there that I could do, but I forgot to do because I was talking. Should I shove it off? Okay, I quickly shove it off. The first time you go, you can clip in here and just fall down, but you can't do it the second time. So I just lost a bit of time to show what you could do. Okay, now you go up here again, and normally you're not supposed to do this. You're supposed to push the rock right and go on the whole bottom section, but you can just clip through there with the wall, and we're ready for the next boss. So at the beginning of the boss, we're gonna do parrot skip again, if I don't mess it up. Let's start about here. So again, we talk to the parrot right when kinda sliding over the cutscene trigger, so we can walk in this cutscene, which we are not supposed to do. Oh, okay, went a bit early there. And we can skip like the first phase of the boss. So in this boss, we meet the pirates. We actually were supposed to meet them earlier on, but again we skipped it because we're speedrunners. And in this boss, you need to damage the boss 3 times, and you can't get over the boss normally. is this huge thing that has a very strong force field that pushes you back. So you just need to wait through this phase, then it's gonna throw a bomb. It's not gonna go, and then you can throw the bomb, and it like pulls the leg up, and then you can go into the minecart and damage it. And we can skip the first phase by doing the parrot glitch, but we haven't yet found a way to skip any other phases. Which is maybe a bit surprising, because you really only need to physically get over the boss in this one, but yeah, it's really well programmed in a way where you can't really get over it without any extra things. But yeah, this boss fight usually goes really well, sometimes it can go horribly. I think this time it's looking like it's going completely okay. So sometimes you can break these holes completely, and it is pretty easy to jump over them, but then you can also stand on the holes in a specific place where you need to jump over them while also going on under its foot, and then it's super annoying and you can easily fall down, and then you miss a phase, then you can miss another phase, and you can also throw a bomb on the brown things and then it explodes, and then you can do it, and basically a lot of can go wrong. It usually doesn't, but this has gone wrong sometimes, but it went completely perfectly this time. Yeah, the pirates steal our minecart, and we go on. We get another treasure here. So, and we get the minecart right. So we do crouch glitch here, just make... This is probably the most important pause glitch, because it allows us to skip this cutscene where the gate is slowly opening and we can't move. Now we got a speedrunner's favorite, an auto-scroller. So yeah, this is like the only major auto-scroller in the game. It's really cool casually, honestly. Like, I think it's many people's like one of favorite parts, but I also like it really well, but like, yeah, well, speedrunning it can be a bit boring. You just need to avoid damage, and with the 100% all the health we have, we don't really need to worry about it. The only thing we do worry about is not soft-locking. The auto-scroller, you can soft-lock it in many ways, but like, it's really easy not to soft-lock it, so not a big problem. There are some theories about maybe we could skip this auto-scroller, which would be really cool, but right now it doesn't seem possible with current knowledge. So just... Okay, it hit me there. That's not supposed to happen. Okay. Well, I can take a few hits easily. Yeah, here we go into this cool underwater tunnel that actually connects the Boracay Island with the Donoso Island. Donoso is the city island and Boracay is the jungle island. So yeah, it's pretty cool. We meet the pirates again. They throw the bombs a bit randomly, and it's kind of hard to dodge all of them, but you don't need to dodge all of them because you have a lot of health. Okay, here is a skip. So we jump, and we missed it. Okay, so you're just supposed to... in a speedrun, you're supposed to clip through there. Obviously, casually, you're not supposed to do that. So that's kind of a shame, but also pretty cool, because I'm gonna throw off this exclusive part here. Doing this intended pass here is actually faster than retrying the auto-scroller. That's what I'm gonna do. Hopefully I won't mess this up too much, because I haven't practiced this like I've only practiced this like once. So you get this big robot that was the boss earlier on, and you break these blocks to go forward. The hitbox is really weird, so it's a bit tricky, but let's see. Okay, I actually don't want to break those blocks, but because that just allows me to go up here. It's pretty convenient. Don't have to make that jump. Yeah, here you mostly need to break the blocks at the bottom, I guess. Also on the top. Yeah, not very good at this part, but it should be fine. Okay, we go through there. As you can see, this is pretty slow. So obviously you want to skip this in speedrun, but if you miss that clip is really weird. Like, it isn't hard, but it kind of randomly just fails sometimes. Not really supposed to. I don't know if there's any way to avoid that. Okay, these jumps are a bit tricky because your hitbox is like very weird. Like, I have no idea what my hitbox is really. And this last jump is especially precise. Okay, now we can just pick these blocks, jump out, and continue our ride. So normally you could just clip through the blocks and do this, just skip this whole part. It's cool that I could show off the little robot section. I Okay, now we're on the sewers. So just go through here. In any percent you would want to avoid damage here because you do some damage boost up, but 100% again, it's not really an issue. You can just, but you still want to avoid damage, so. One thing in this game, generally when you damage enemies, they also don't hurt you while they're blinking, so you can do that. Okay, oh, missed that jump. 1 sec. Okay, going a bit too greedy here. See if I get this. Okay, yeah, okay. Mess this up a little bit, but it's fine. Okay, and casually you're supposed to turn that big wheel 3 times to like anti-clockwise. This sign says that. You can also, and then you get water from that pipe, and then you can extinguish these enemies. But you can also just damage boost through them. No big deal. Now we enter this. This is the part where we need the key card to enter, and this is the next treasure. And I'm gonna do a few weird skips here. So this is supposed to be a stealth section. So these cones, as the parrots helpfully says to us, you're supposed to dodge these cones. We're in this weird dialogue state. We did a bunch of glitches that I'm probably not gonna explain. They're not very difficult, but yeah, we just are in this weird dialogue states where the cones don't bother. Then we clip up that door. We go into the cone here, get caught, get teleported back here. As we activated the last computer there out of order, we can it automatically activates all the computers, and we can just fall down and go on. Yeah, it's hard to explain it all that happened, but yeah, we just did it fast. I talked to the parrot there just to delay the robot turning around. So you said the robot turned around like instantly after I fell down. And if I hadn't talked to the parrot, then it would actually catch us, and we would have to try again. If you talk to the parrot, then the time stops while you're falling down. So you can just a really minor thing that is really helpful there. Okay, here I'm just going down this thing pretty casually at first. I want to avoid damage here. Again, I have a lot of health, so it shouldn't be too much an issue, but you don't really want to die here, although it's not too bad either. Now we're in the like underground Globocorp factories, and you can really see some weird evil things happening here. Okay, here's a skip doll. So normally you have these lasers, and you're supposed to activate these crystals one by one. And there are 3 crystals that get increasingly hard, and you have to do like really hard sections of the game here. You can also the lasers go through walls and even off screen, so you can just shoot the lasers at the right places right away, and just skip a lot of the difficult sections and just go on. Here's a boss fight, and we're also gonna skip this completely with the parrot glitch. This actually, I think, is the place where the guy who found Parrot Glitch, Frank West, originally found it. So that's pretty cool. It skips a pretty annoying boss fight. And speaking of skips, we're also going to almost completely skip this room. How convenient. So at first we do a little zip there. Then we jump up and maybe... Okay, I missed it, but if you make it up that platform, you can make this cog that's moving up or down 1 cycle faster. It saves 6 seconds. It's really hard, so it's no problem that I missed it. Oh, I didn't want to take damage there, so that's a bit dumb, but okay. And now we've already reached the boss fight. Normally you're supposed to kind of go up and down all around to activate 4 lasers that opens the doors, but we're just not gonna do any of that. We're already on the boss fight. And here we have a little bit of cutscene. Yeah, I don't know, I guess... Do I have anything to say? Probably not. If you have anything quick to say, Spef, then you can do it now.
Yeah, absolutely. We had a couple of donations come in, so I'm really happy we have some time to read these. We had one come in from Nat the Chicken, who's also been hanging out in chat. Thanks so much. For $20. That says, long-time donator, first-time watcher, or something. And they also put that donation towards the Pokemon Choice Bid War for Pokemon Puzzle Challenge, and put it towards Meryl, I believe, if I'm reading this correctly. So now Meryl is in the running as well for that Pokemon Choice, so get those donations in if you would like to influence that. We also had a $30 donation come in from Mighty Caesar that had no comment, but thank you so much for that donation. It also went towards the Pokemon Choice Bid War for Pokemon Puzzle Challenge. So now we have Cyndaquil still in the lead at $59, Totodile at $25, Marill at $20, and Pikachu at $5. So if you want to get in there and contribute to that bid war, you should do that now, because Pokemon Puzzle Challenge is coming up next. The last thing I want to say is with that $30 donation, we did meet the Metroid Prime 100% randomizer upgrade. We raised $100 for Somos Familia Valle to get that into the marathon. So thank you all so much. That run will be upgraded to a randomizer. I'm so excited to see it. You all should be too. Thank you again for your generous donations towards that.
Okay, thank you. I already started the boss fight, so yeah, one thing I did the parrot glitch here, which again skips the first part of the first phase basically. And here, so yeah, this boss fight has like 3 phases, and every phase has 3 parts. So the first we skipped, the second was the little computer puzzle, and the third is this pirate ball going around. We can't really do anything other than stun it for some time. We just have to wait until our parrot comes and rescues us. So yeah, that's 1 computer out of 3. Now we see the first part, so it's this little laser platformer thing. We got kind of the Wars pattern here, but okay, let's see. I'll try to do a little skip here. And probably fail. Okay, so if you do a frame perfect trick, like, if you go to the left frame perfectly there, you can get out of this maze. That skips a huge part of this, I guess, auto-scroller. But I didn't get it, which isn't too surprising, but yeah. So we're just gonna do that. Normally, if we got the skip, we would end like here already. Because you can just quickly collect... Okay, what you need to do in these minigames is collect all the green things while not touching the red things. Pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, now I'm also a bit low on health, so I do need to watch out for that too, but I hope it's fine. And we can always retry the boss anyway, but this is pretty definitely the longest boss fight in the game, so retrying this isn't too cool. Yeah, okay, here for this, so I kind of wait for a specific time when to damage this boss, and then there's a little glitch where you can still continue damaging it after when it's like still dizzy. That's cool because that means that we can keep it in the damage state for longer. So it just stays at the right place where the parrot can very quickly drop the cog on. If it's somewhere on the left, then the parrot has to fly over and it takes a while and it isn't very cool. Okay, now I'll try to do this damageless to make it completely safe. Okay, it's good. Now the final puzzle we have here is like a little... Oh my god, that monster almost ate me there. This little like Pac-Man-like puzzle. I kind of just have a set pattern to go here, but you do want to obviously avoid the monsters. Sometimes they don't bother you, sometimes they bother a lot. Here they kind of bother me a little, so I'm a bit careful. Okay. That almost hit me, but it's fine. And now we just have the last part of the last phase left. So it should be fine. Again, this boss fight's a lot more stressful in any person, obviously, because of the decreased health. But it is pretty spicy in 100%. Well, probably the hardest boss fight in the game, both casual and speedrunning wise. Yeah, now the last dizzying. Keep this one. The time when the parrot comes down is a little bit random. It's like right about here, but it can take a bit longer or less long. And yeah, now we get the next treasure from this computer. You can do the pause glitch here to skip this little cutscene where we need to skip like a 2-second cutscene. And we get up. As you can see, we really killed the... We really killed the pirates in a pretty gross way. This game's like generally pretty cute, but it has these few moments that like, you know, aren't that cute. So, okay. So here I saved the game, which makes me very glad, because this game can crash. Usually this is about the point where it very often does crash. And if you crash after completing the boss fight, it's kind of sad, because you need to do the whole boss fight again, but So I did that little safety save there, so in case it crashes now, I wouldn't lose that much time. Okay, here's a little mini game which we do to get coins. So basically, if you beat a certain high score in this game, you'll get 300 coins. And okay, I kinda already messed up. It's actually a pretty hard mini game to do. So I might mess up this like 5 times. Hope it doesn't happen, but so what you need, so you can see these little crystals, they have number. Okay, now I'm almost definitely gonna miss it, but okay, you have these crystals, they have numbers. The numbers show how many points you get, but you also have this multiplier, and the multiplier ticks up basically every time that you have touch. It touches something without touching the ground, and when it touches the ground, it resets to 0. So and the multiplier, what's special about multiplier in this game is that it goes on forever. Okay, it wasn't actually that far away. But yeah, it goes on forever, it can go up to like 70, so you really don't want to make the ball touch the ground, which is a bit difficult to do sometimes. But we'll be trying to do it this time. Okay, that was really weird, I didn't want to do it. This ball's also pretty jank, it can do a lot of weird things. Like, it just went down there, although it kinda should have bounced on that green thing, but okay. I luckily managed to react to that. And sometimes, like, when the green crystals can be really annoying when they're low, and you need to hit the ball to keep it from touching the ground, but it goes up really fast and touches the green crystals, so you need to do a very precise hit again. Okay, and then the ball can do this where it bounces on the top and for whatever reason goes in the wrong direction, and it lost the combo again, and it lost this again. Okay, yeah. This is an interesting puzzle. It's interesting how hard. Okay, so casually it's actually supposed to be too hard for you to do, and there's a hat that makes this a lot easier, and ironically we're getting this hat right after this puzzle. So like, if we got the hat, we could probably get this like first try, although I don't know how much easier it is. But technically, it's faster to do this first, so I'm doing this first. Is it practically faster? I don't know. Sometimes I get this first try. Not this time, which is fine. You kind of want to be safe here mostly. You don't want to be too aggressive, because if you're safe, but don't miss the combo ever, then it's usually good to go. Okay, I saved it, nice. Can use up drawing crook there to do a little... Okay, yeah, already got 3,200 score, so it's good. That was a really cool save. I think I wouldn't have gotten this so quickly if I missed that save, so... That makes me feel good. Okay. Yeah, you get a really big combo, your score goes up really quickly. But we got 3,200, so this guy gives us 500 coins, and the ticket to enter this costs 200 coins, so you get plus 300 coins from this thing. But we have no time to stop, just go on. So here we buy the hat that makes actually the ball bounce on your head in the mini game, and that makes it apparently quite a bit easier. I actually haven't played with the hat in quite a while, so I don't know really. And here we buy the painting. So painting is is a house upgrade that you So we bought a house, and you can also buy 3 upgrades for it, and these are the second thing that count for the plus. So they don't increase your percentage, but they are needed for the plus, and as we're doing 100% plus, we need to collect all the house upgrades too. And now we just go into Boracay Island again. My game window mysteriously moved to the middle. Okay, that should be fine anyway. My game is like lagging a little bit, which is probably because I'm streaming this and so on. So I do have a feeling that it might crash at any moment. But it hasn't crashed yet, so that's cool. Sometimes it doesn't crash at all. But that's why I did this little safety save there, because I don't want to do breakers again. Yeah, now we enter this island again, because we have a second thing here. So before we went down, but we can also go up here to go to another area specifically for the flashlight. So quickly gonna menu here. That wasn't too quick, so you need to use the mouse head here to get past this animal. Oh, okay, that was dumb. I'm just gonna quickly go here again. need to have the mouse hat to get past the animal, because the animal, these animals here don't really like humans, so they just like... Normally if you go there, it says like, no, go away human, chop down some trees or something. But you have the mouse hat, so it thinks you're an animal and you can pass. And this is the place where you need the mouse hat too. Okay, here are some tricky jumps. Hopefully I'm not gonna miss them. And yeah, that swing cycle is really annoying because you're pretty close to reaching them, but you can't quite reach this, and this swing cycle is just the same. Like you're pretty close to it, but you can't quite reach it, so you need to wait for the next cycle. Okay, so at first we go up here to the right, because there's another treasure map on this, at the top of this waterfall. Then we go to the left, where we have this little animal village. These jumps are pretty tricky. They're not really that tricky, but for some reason I'm failing them. Okay. So here you have this little section, you talk to this guy, he starts pumping water, you can grow these plants, then... And this part doesn't really have many skips. This is one skip where I go into the door and then it like automatically pushes the plant to the left. Then I go up here, get a little seed. Oh, okay. Missing these jumps. Now this guy, earlier they agreed to like push the pump, but now they want some reward, so we need to bring the seed to them. Then we go up. This one's faster to just push here. Bit of a precise jump there. I made it. Now here we see Wendy, who's like the main... What's called? Not really the main... The main person of this village, whatever it's called, but we're not talking to her because we don't need to, but we will be meeting her later. Spoilers. And then we jump up here. And I fell down. Okay, falling down here. So this is like the late game, so you can see the jumps here are kind of difficult, and falling down here is also very costly. I don't really want to do it. And we need to do this twice. So we go up here. We again ask them to push the pump, whatever, not push, but rotate, activate the pump, and we get some water. It's kind of an interesting dynamic here, because the first time you can use your hook, then you can grab on those vines, which just let you pass these difficult jumps. The second time you need to have something in your bottle, and then you can't use those hooks, so casually they're like... It gets more difficult the second time, but it's not really that big of a deal in speedrun. And here I'm gonna do size jump to burn all those trees. So what we had to do here, basically get to the top to get the fire and burn all those 3 ropes. Normally you're again supposed to go a bit to the right and light multiple torches and burn them one by one, but it's faster to just burn them all at the same time. However, if you miss that pretty precise jump, then you need to do it all, like, you need to go all up again, so it is a pretty tight jump, so a bit of a stressful play, but you know, it was fine. Okay, here is a really cool place where we get the spell, where we can get the wind boost all, again and again, and with some good, like, not really precise, but by using the, like, super wind boost glitch, where we kind of charge both horizontally and vertically at the same time, we can just skip this whole part completely, basically. Not really skip it, but do it a lot faster than intended. It's a really cool part, both casually and speedrunning wise, I think. Then we keep a wind boost here to skip that little section, and we buy the flag. So the flag is an upgrade for your boat, which shows you the direction of the wind. And you think, you know, a pretty cool upgrade. The really bad thing about the flag is that it actually slows your boat down a lot. You can see my boat's going really slowly, like even... although I'm going against wind, with the old boat, even against wind you would go faster than walking speed. With the new boat upgrade, it now goes really slowly, which is probably not supposed to happen, but they made it so accidentally, and it's really kind of sucks. Because the flag's supposed to be an upgrade for your boat that just shows you the wind direction, but it's really a bit downgrade. And that's not very cool, but that means that in the speedrun we want to take the boat as late as possible, the flag as late as possible. to not make our boat go too slow at the beginning. Well, at the early parts. And here you can see I got the flashlight, so I have the flashlight here underwater. So that would allow me to see better in all those dark underwater sections. But, you know, we don't really need it, and here it's already pretty useless. Okay, I wonder if I should take an extra chest. Probably not. I think I should manage. But you can take, I guess, an underwater chest here. You can see some bubbles, so you can go down there, but I think I should be fine. I hope. Probably, yeah. Okay. So now we go to this island. We have some more business to do here. Yeah, the boat's really slow. And yeah. We went here at the beginning of the game, but there's another treasure map up there, which you can get only later when you have like the bottle and such. Although we are gonna skip. So this island's very cool because it has like 3 different ways to skip it or something. Oh, okay, that sucked. Now I will need to... okay. Now I missed the right cycle and now I need to wait for a little... Okay, I don't know if I would have reached... Okay, should reach this one, okay. There are like 3 different ways to skip this and I'm going to do one of them. Which I get a crouch glitch there. I also collect this treasure chest here. Then here this lava pushes you back, so you can't really damage boost over it. But you can reach this hook. And then you need to do a really precise jump from this hook, so... I'm gonna probably focus here a bit, because this is pretty precise. Okay, missed it 3 tries. Okay, missed it again. Yeah, you need to do a jump that's just enough height. Okay, there. So, I don't know if you've noticed, but this game has variable jump height. The more you held jump button, the higher you jump. You need to do a really precise jump there, which isn't too low to reach that thing, but also isn't too high so you don't bonk the ceiling. It's pretty hard to get, but I got it in a few tries, it's fine. Okay, here I'm gonna do a clip. You're not really supposed to do it, but you can just go through here. And then here, you can just jump on that thing. Just here they kind of gave up, and this lava you can really just damage boost over. The previous lava would push you back, so you can't really do that, but here you can just damage boost. Here's a little homage to Donkey Kong, I'm pretty sure. Just jump over these. I don't want to take really damage, and here I can do another small damage boost off of this bee to get here a bit faster. Okay, here I'm gonna get one treasure chest to kind of hopefully make up for the one I lost earlier. It's kind of a weird treasure chest up here, but hopefully it's fine. Okay. Now let's refill health, and now we're gonna get our final treasure, which is right here. So you remember these sharks from the beginning? Well, they actually are next to a treasure. So we need to go down on them. And casually, you're supposed to buy a shark repellent that would make them go away from you instead of attacking you. But in 100%, you can just kind of damage boost through them. And it should be fine. In any percent, it was at first thought that you couldn't damage boost through them with less health, but you actually can if they go in a specific pattern. So it's also possible to do in any percent, but it's a bit harder. Okay, now I have bad wind, so I need to be kind of careful that these dogs don't damage me. Okay, and it should be good, hopefully. Wait. Okay. That shark really jumped a bit more than maybe it had to. Okay, now we have all the treasures, 12 of them. And treasures are the things you have to do to get any percent. So 12 treasures is what you need to do in any percent, no dip whip. But in 100% obviously we need to get a few lost items here. And quite symbolically, they're at our beginning island. So the last items we get are at the beginning island. So we can buy again, a house upgrade at this lady. Then we can get okay, that was pretty cool. I hit the hook there faster than normal. Get these coins. Okay, I need 5 more coins, which I hopefully can get here. Yes, precisely the right amount of coins to buy the Lost House upgrade and the Lost Hat. And now the very last thing we need to do is right here in the beginning cave. So I know the first time we went up, but you can actually go down too with the shovel. And we get the optional boss. So you can get to this boss pretty early, like you really only need the shovel to reach it. It's actually a pretty hard boss, like maybe it could be like the second hardest boss in the game. So it's kind of fitting to get it here at the end. But yeah, so you get the silver boss. The thing you need to do here is you need to turn those 3 wind turbines. And like the only way to turn them really is by the boss's breath. So I want the boss to go here, then it spits it at a specific angle to turn that turbine. Okay, I missed that boost, which isn't too cool. But somehow improvise here. Okay, that's kind of bad. Try to do this. Okay, can you turn this turbine? Not really. Maybe I can. If you go far enough, then the boss goes down like automatically. Okay, this should be good. I want to do a wind boost up there, but I missed a little bit. Then the last one is here. So yeah, to do this boss you need to first of all lure the boss into like very specific positions. Then you also need it to turn the head in a specific way to turn those turbines. It's pretty hard, but you know, I've kind of routed out the way and it's not that bad. Yeah, now the boss is ended. Okay, and pretty hard casually. And here I do another small cutscene skip, so if you keep hanging on this ring, then and only fall off now, then you can move in this cutscene, which you're not supposed to do again. Then I can also do a little cutscene skip here, where I can move through that cutscene when the heart appears there. So yeah, this whole boss just gives you heart. So again, completely optional, but yeah, we got it in 100%. Now we're almost done. So we have this, well, like 10 minutes left roughly, I think, or a bit less. So I'll go into the museum and I'll actually save and quit the game just to check that I have everything. So it has 100% plus, so it's all good. We can move on. So now we have all 12 treasures and all the... Oh, okay, I almost forgot. It activated crouch glitch here. We have all 12 treasures and we need to... Now we can go all the way down this temple. At first I activate crouch glitch there to like... Okay, I don't want to take damage here, so I'm not gonna damage boost. To get through this gap again, it's faster to go through here than to go around. Then here... And yeah, I want to go through this whole temple. I kind of want to damage boost only at specific places, so generally I want to avoid damage, like here. These pillars are a bit annoying because they're kind of glitchy. Like you can eat your jump inputs or something. And yeah, normally like the first, after you get the first treasure, you'll get the like a key item in the game to continue the lockpicks. And then you might think, oh, maybe after every treasure you can go a bit further in the temple, so maybe I'll keep getting key items. But sadly, no, after the first treasure you just get like money chests and interdimensional fragments here. So, you know, a bit of a disappointment, so it's only really... obviously, especially in speedruns, it's not really worth going here when you already have all the treasures. Okay, you have a damage boost route here, but I've kind of forgotten it, so I'm just gonna go safe. Probably. Okay, I have full health, so I could probably damage boost a little bit through here. Okay, so normally here you're supposed to have red bats. So we did meet some red bats earlier in other caves, and the red bats are kind of glitched in this game where... Okay, that one pushed me. Where they... If you kill them in one place, then for the whole session they're like dead. So they don't appear here anymore. Usually the game would crash at some point and then they would appear again because the session has ended. But it hasn't, so red bats really aren't there and just a little bit easier. This whole section. Here do a little wind, again some wind boost to skip over these sections. You're supposed to do a lot of stuff there, but you can just fly over them. And here these saws just don't have collision, they're purely visual. Pretty near end of the game, so... Okay. Yeah, this run might be sub 150. which would be pretty cool because that's a pretty good time. But we have like the final cutscene here. This is pretty spoilery, so if you haven't played the game and you want to play it, then you can stop watching here, I guess. But whatever. So here we finally like remember what happened in that fateful day all the years ago. So they had this barrier. There's this button you have to press, but only those of pure heart can press it. And both men are like, okay, we don't have the pure heart, but the boy has the pure heart. And then our father says, put our hand on the pit stove, on the plate, but I don't want to, so he's just like, okay, I'm just gonna cut off your hand to put it on there. Yeah. As I said, this game can get a bit dark sometimes. Yeah, okay, that's the end of the flashback, and now we're back in the current time, and oh, Bagus has come back. And he kind of confronts us, and it turns out the parrot is actually our father. And he says, like, he has learned from the day when he cut off our hand that, well, a confrontation happens, and this is the end. So yeah, our father dies, very sad, but we're just gonna move on because we have a run to finish. So yeah, this could be, if the game doesn't crash and I don't mess up, this could be sub 150. And that really would be pretty cool. Okay, the last important glitch of the game. I'm gonna pause before opening the chest, so again I can move in this cutscene. I can move in this position, which skips a little bit of walking and also some dialogue at the end. So this is the CEO of Globocorp, which we have met earlier already, and it turns out that he's actually lawyering a demon, or more precisely a god, one of the 3 gods, and he's the one that created humans. He's kind of evil. Here's Wakanda, which I also met earlier. She's the god who created animals, and she now confronts Lo Yang. So basically, in that chest we had like some power of the gods, which we returned to them. But Lo Yang consumed most of the power, so now he's all powerful and wants to like destroy this earth and so on and so on. And this is the last boss fight. It's a pretty simple boss fight. So Lo Yang is on the right, and he does all sorts of attacks, and we need to dodge them. There are 4 screens in this, and every screen gives him a new attack. So in the first screen, he only has this one attack where he throws stuff at us. And then we get Wakanda after some time, who gives us some help. You can hold jump while in a cutscene, and that allows you to go down and actually clip through the bottom floor there. Okay, she gives this charge, and we need to throw the charge at the boss. Pretty straightforward. So you can clip out of this room, but it doesn't really give anything, so you don't really want to do that. You can do that just for fun. This boss didn't really have a... Okay, this is the second attack it can do. It's pretty hard to dodge, actually, so... I have a lot of health, so it shouldn't be a problem, but I've already... In practice runs, I've died twice to this boss with all the health I have, so... I do actually have to be a little bit careful. Okay. Oh yeah, I think the background reminds me of something, I'm not sure. I've heard that some people say they reference like a game that Steven Orlando liked, although like, I don't know, I think the reference is really obscure, I don't really see it. Yeah, I don't know. Guess there's some obscure reference. That's questionable. Okay, that was the second phase. Now we're on to the third. Again, it reminds me of something, maybe. Okay, pretty chill so far. But yeah, these backgrounds are possibly one of the reasons why this game is free. I'm not sure if you could like create a game with Nintendo assets and then make it monetized. At least Steven Orlando didn't feel very good about doing that, so he's like, okay, let's make it free. Then there are no questions. Okay, another... This boss didn't have a skip for the longest time, but then I actually found that there is... Okay. I'm gonna be careful there, because... The charge can hit the boss, but it can also hit one of the boss's particles, and then they just kind of dissolve into each other. Then you just miss one phase, and you really don't want to do it, especially if I want to achieve a good time. So it's kind of better damage boost there, but I do have to be a little bit careful, because I only have 2 more hits I can take. Every hit deals 2 damage in this boss, so... And he's doing these annoying attacks, nice. Fortunately, okay, this is the last attack he does. It's either pretty easy or impossible to dodge. So, if you're really far in the wrong corner, you can't really make to dodge that laser, but otherwise it's pretty trivial. Okay, he's really testing me, but yeah, this eye is a bit annoying because it only disappears when either something touches it or Wakanda breaks it, like here. So you kind of have to deal with it. Okay. And okay, this is the last hit, and on the next screen we'll have the last part of the game. So time will be when, okay, I'll probably say when time is, but it's when the food touches the ground. You'll get what I mean. So we have one last confrontation. Wakanda asks the Loyang not to destroy the Earth, but Loyang disagrees. He's really powerful. He's gonna do it, but in 3, 2, 1, time. This is Otus. We met him before, and he's just like, "Hello, guys. I've been looking for you everywhere. Did I miss anything?" And that's the end of the game. So, my timer shows 1:49:48, so this is indeed a sub 150 run, which is pretty cool. The world record is about 1:44, but it is also unrecorded, so that kind of sucks. I will have to do a better run at some point. And yeah, here we have the credits. So we are gonna sit through the credits. I think we have time because there's a little post-credits scene. Okay, for me personally, I'd like to thank Steven Orlando and Robert Ellis for creating this pretty cool game, which is not a very big part of my childhood, but still a pretty influential game for me. I'd also like to thank Completithon for having me here and watching me run this game. And I'd like to thank like the 6 people that are in the Treasure Adventure game community. Again, this is a very small community. Sadly, very few people know about this game, but they're like, we made a Discord server and there are 6 people. Probably my main thanks goes to Frank West, who isn't active anymore, but he made an any percent tutorial video. So before I did an any percent run, there was not a single any percent run on YouTube, but Frank West had made an any percent tutorial where he showed his route and all the glitches he had found. And he had found a lot of glitches, like parrot talking and all sorts of skips in many places. If he hadn't made that video, it's very possible I wouldn't be speedrunning this game, because it would probably be very daunting to like completely from scratch make up a route for this pretty big game and so on. Frank West had made that video, I started running it. Now I've also found a lot of new glitches, and you know, we're still playing this game at least a little bit now, 10 years later, more than 10 years later. Then again, also there are some people in Discord. Len is another, probably the most active person who's the closest to running this game. He has like made a lot of technical discoveries. He discovered all sorts of things for the save file of the game, and he's also now making a very comprehensive technical wiki. And he is also found a few glitches, so thanks to Len. And I guess then we also have Nat the Chicken. I don't have chat open because my phone closed a while ago. You saw Nat the Chicken a lot in the chat. He's a casual player of this game. I was the one who introduced him to the game, and he played it, he liked it, and now it's kind of part of the community, although he doesn't really run it. And yeah, there are also other people in the TAG Discord. So if you're interested in the game, you can play it casually. It's completely free. You can get it on Steam and GOG, Good Old Games, and you can, yeah, and you can also speedrun if you like. I'd just be happy to give this game a little bit more exposure. It also does have a paid remake that was made many years later, so you can play that too, Treasure Adventure World. Okay, now we have thanks for playing, good end. If you got anything less than 100% plus, then this would show bad end, and this would be it. But as we got 100% plus, we have good end. And we have a little post-credit scene. So this is the house we bought. And there are all sorts of animals we helped in on the way. And apparently they all say some quotes from like famous NES games. I don't know any of them, so they just seem like a little bit of a weird quotes. This dialogue has a very weird apostrophe there. It's like only twice appears in the game, so that's interesting. Not very relevant though. Yeah, you can talk to them. Say weird things. This is the one bug we rescued. Mick. We have Mick and Jerry. I think they also reference something, but I'm not really sure. We have this TV, which we can turn on and off. It shows your typical TV stuff. And yeah, we can go out. You remember this island, right? Like, we visited it earlier too. We have the mushrooms down here. So here's an invisible barrier, so we can't really go out here. We can clip through it with dip clipping. I didn't explain what dip clipping is, but it isn't. It's like a very powerful glitch that isn't allowed in the no dip clip category, so that's about it. This is our garden. We also, you maybe saw we had a little painting up there. That's the painting we bought, and there are like 3 different paintings we can buy, and it randomly chooses one of them. It's pretty interesting. Well, we can't choose, yeah, which one we get, but... And then we go here. Come quickly, robot ninjas kidnapped your grandma. Basil, are you a brave enough adventurer to save your grandma? Well, I think I am. So yeah, this is the last part of the ending little post-credit scene, so again, this is basically it for me. We're probably gonna sit through it, but thanks for watching. I hope you're having a fun rest of the stream. I did get the backwards captor, so the hats are like kinda controlled independently of the character, and I turned around before falling into the boat, so the cap is rotated backwards. I think that's pretty cool. But yeah. So yeah, we just sail into the sunrise, I guess. And that's it. So I'm quickly gonna open chat maybe to see what's happening, because I have no idea, to be fair.
There's a lot of love for this game in chat.
Yeah,
and it has been a while.
It's kind of surprising, but not really, because yeah, the community is really small, but the fact that it's so small means that like the whole community is kind of interested in watching this run, so not really the whole. But...
Well, it's been an incredible honor to get to see this run, Dimus. Thank you so much for being here, for showing this off in Completithon. I had no idea this game existed before I saw it on the run list, so it's been really awesome just learning about this game, being exposed to this. And I believe there's another, it's kind of an up-res version of this, Treasure Adventure World, I believe, yeah. I think I saw. That's an up-res version of the same game, or is it a sequel?
No. It isn't an up-res version, it isn't also a sequel, it's kind of a remake, so it's pretty similar in gameplay, but there are a lot of different things, there are a lot of new things, and yeah, it has completely new graphics, so it's kind of a remake of the game, I'd say.
Yeah, well, definitely for those of you tuning in who are not already a part of the Treasure Adventure game community, check that out. This game is completely free. I know I'm going to go check it out after this because it looks really cool. This and Treasure Adventure World, which I saw is available in various places online, including Steam. So looks like a great thing to get into. Thank you so much again for being here and showing off this run. Do you have any... I know you did some shout outs and things before. Is there anything else you'd like to say before you sign off?
I guess just thanks for having me. This is actually kind of the first big marathon I've been on. I've been on like a Flash game marathon a few years ago, but yeah. So I'm happy I got accepted. It was cool. Yeah, thank you for having me.
And we're so happy to have you here. Thanks again.
Thanks.
Going mainstream. water, so I'm going mainstream. I know it's been a while. I know you're thinking the same, but I've been feeling like a moment can't go to waste. I let go of your name, girl. I figured that was it. I stopped playing your game, girl. Yeah, I thought I could quit. I'm all up in my head, I'm sorry for what I did. Wish I could have it unsaid. Just make it right instead of treating me like I'm dead. Is it too late to
Alright, chat, let's get some more love in chat for Treasure Adventure Game and dimusnail. That was an incredible run. I had a lot of fun. The commentary was excellent, and I'm so happy that we had an opportunity during Completithon to be exposed to a game that a lot of us haven't seen before. So huge shout out to all of you in chat who are big Treasure Adventure Game fans, who are talking about it the whole time. I learned so much about it and about Treasure Adventure World, the remake of the game. So super excited to pick those up. This was a really fun run, a really fun 2 hours to just hang out and see such an incredible completionist speedrun of it. As a reminder, for those of you just tuning in, or even if you've been here but haven't, gotten sort of the rundown of what we're doing here, this is Completithon 2023. We're being hosted by No Glitches Allowed on Twitch, so thank you so much, No Glitches Allowed, for having us. Completithon is a charity event dedicated to completionist speedruns specifically, so this includes things like 100% and all collectibles and all of the like. If you ever want to get involved with Completithon, like I am right now, or like any of our other volunteers, we always host volunteer applications before our events. So they typically run alongside submissions and are announced on our Discord and Twitter. So keep an eye on those if you're interested in running production, tweeting the tweets, or maybe even hosting live on the mic like I am right now. Even if you're just looking to volunteer for the first time, we would be happy to help you get your foot in the door. So we're really happy to all be here volunteering and making Completithon happen. And also, as a reminder, Completithon is here raising money for Somos Familia Valle. So founded on September 6, 2014, Somos Familia Valle is a community dedicated to support, empower, train, and mobilize their families and allies for racial, gender, environmental, and economic justice. Somos Familia Valle promotes LGBTQ affirming homes, safer schools, and healthier communities through our values, a commitment to being our authentic selves, community compassion and integration, family courage, intersectionality, and cultural humility. So we are honored to be here raising money for Somos Familia Valle. We have so far over the past few days raised $929 for them. Thank you to everybody who's donated so far. We've got 2 more days, or I guess more like 1.5 more days of incredible completionist speedruns to continue raising money for such an incredible cause. So really happy to be doing that. I am going to take a very quick break from the hosting mic while we set up for the next run. So this is your reminder, because it's why I'm taking a break, to hydrate, stand up, take a little stretch, shake out those arms and legs. We've got so many more incredible speedruns coming up, but also make sure you take care of yourself. I'm going to go grab some water, and then I will be right back in a few minutes. Hello everyone, I am back and hydrated, and I hope you are too. If you weren't here for the last run or just tuning in, I'm Spef, and I will be hosting the upcoming Pokemon Puzzle Challenge run with Razorflame Kun on Challenge Easy Intense. This will be a really cool run and a really cool demonstration of a classic game, so this is something you do not want to miss. As a reminder, you can !donate in chat in order to get a link to our Tiltify page where we are raising money for Somos Familia Valle. We have a ton of incentives open too that you can donate towards, and as a reminder, you can donate towards both an incentive and a bid war at the same time. So coming up right before this Pokemon Puzzle Challenge run, you do have a few minutes left right now to get in on the Pokemon Choice Bid War. Your choices are Cyndaquil, Totodile, Marill, or Pikachu, and Cyndaquil is currently in the lead at $59, with Totodile in second at $25, Marill at $20, and Pikachu at $5. So if you want to get in there and influence this Pokemon choice and make it something other than Cyndaquil, or just push Cyndaquil even further into the lead, you'll want to get those donations in because it will not be long before we start that Pokemon Puzzle Challenge run. Additionally, you can also donate towards the Let's Go Pikachu Eevee names for both the Pokemon and the trainer. So we have 3 open incentives for this. You can donate for the trainer name, the starter name, and the Starmie name. Now, I do have something to tell you right now, is that last night, apparently, something happened. I was not able to tune into the stream, but when I woke up this morning, there was something weird happening here, because right now, every single name is going to be Big the Cat. I don't know if any of you know who Big the Cat is. You should look it up. Big the Cat's great. Big the Cat fan. But right now, everything's going to be named Big the Cat. So something happened last night. I'm not quite sure what was going on, and I'm sure it was Sonic the Hedgehog related. But right now, the trainer name is going to be Big the Cat, which is winning at $20. With Osmorn in second and George in third place. Shout out to the organizers and and people behind the scenes helping make Completithon happen. Our starter name is currently Big the Cat with $5, and our Starmie name is also Big the Cat at $10. So if you would like any of those things to not be named Big the Cat, please donate now. Or if you want to secure that everything will still in fact be named Big the Cat for that entire speedrun, donate towards those names and you can check those out. I believe there is a command you can do in chat to check out the names, and I forget what the command is. Give me 1 second. Or if somebody in chat can put that reminder in there for me. I just know there is something we can put in chat. Maybe !name bid war, if I'm remembering correctly. You can put that into chat in order to see the current status of our name bid wars. And as a reminder, if you do donate towards that Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu Eevee name bid war, please put the name you would like in the comment so that we know what it is. We are tracking this manually because of how technology works. And so please put it in the comment so that we know what you are donating towards, whether it is a name that is already on the list or something else that you would like to suggest. So again, get those donations in. Pokemon Puzzle Challenge, Pokemon Choice. If you want to snipe that away from Cyndaquil, get your donations in now. Or if you want to donate towards the Pokemon trainer name, starter name, or Starmie, put those in too. That'll be coming up next after Pokemon Puzzle Challenge. Lastly, we have a new incentive that has opened for Hollow Knight to add on the Path of Pain. Hollow Knight is going to be our finale run of the marathon tomorrow. And if we can get $200 towards that incentive by the time that run happens tomorrow, we will unlock more speedrunning, more fun, more pain, the Hollow Knight Path of Pain. So please get those donations in. Additionally, we also still have the bonus boss rush for Metroid Dread that we still need to meet. We are at $20 out of $75. Metroid Dread will be coming up in a couple of runs. Will be later on today. So make sure you get those donations in for that. Again, we need $55 more to meet that. So when you donate, you can do both the bid wars and the incentives. So put it towards both. Pick your favorite names and also get that bonus boss rush in for Metroid Dread. More speedrunning is always a good thing.